everyone, I am Dr. Anisha and I welcome you to my channel. In the last video, we discussed about the developmental anomalies on the basis of structure of tooth, and today I shall be continuing with the same. But before starting the discussion, I would like you to kindly subscribe my channel for further videos. I shall be dealing with two different anomalies on the basis of structure of tooth, that is dentine dysplasia and regional odontodysplasia. So starting with dentine dysplasia, इस term में we can see two words, firstly dentine and then dysplasia. We can definitely guess this is something about dentine, alright. And अगर मैं dysplasia की बात करूँ तो dysplasia we have already studied. There will be abnormal differentiation of a cell type and then उसके वजह से the product or the deposition will also be abnormal in nature. So this is what dysplasia means, okay? तो अगर इसको मैं एक शॉर्ट में इंट्रोडक्शन दूं तो बेसिकली इस अनोमली में देयर विल बी प्रॉब्लम इन ओडोंटोब्लास्ट डिफरेंशिएशन एंड जिसके वजह से जो डेंटिन फॉर्मेशन होगा वो आपका एबनॉर्मल होगा. नाउ द अदर टर्म विच वी यूज फॉर डेंटिन डिस्प्लेजिया इज योर रूटलेस टीथ. अगर मैं आपको इसके इंट्रोडक्शन के बारे में बोलूं तो फर्स्टली इट इज अ रेयर एबनॉर्मैलिटी, ऑलराइट, विथ normal enamel, then abnormal dentine and also abnormal pulpal morphology. Alright, तो definitely जब आपके dentine में problem है, dentine आपका abnormal है, तो it is gonna affect your pulpal morphology also. Okay, then I will be talking about the classification system. तो Shield ने जो क्लासिफाई किया डेंटिन डिस्प्लेजिया को, दैट इज डेंटिन डिस्प्लेजिया टाइप 1 एंड डेंटिन डिस्प्लेजिया टाइप 2. नाउ वी डू नॉट फॉलो दिस क्लासिफिकेशन. देन उसके बाद विटकॉप ने एक क्लासिफिकेशन दिया जिसमें कि ही क्लासिफाइड डेंटिन डिस्प्लेजिया इनटू टाइप 1 और रेडिकुलर डेंटिन डिस्प्लेजिया एंड देन वी हैव टाइप 2 और कोरोनल डेंटिन डिस्प्लेजिया. ऑलराइट, तो we follow Whitcock वाला classification. तो I shall be dealing the topic on the basis of radicular dentine dysplasia and then coronal dentine dysplasia. All right. Now coming to the etiology, since ये developmental anomaly है तो basically it is hereditary in nature and also अगर मैं inheritance की बात करूँ तो this is autosomal dominant trait. Okay. Coming to the clinical feature of dentine dysplasia, तो सबसे पहले लेट अस टॉक अबाउट टाइप 1 और रेडिकुलर डेंटिन डिस्प्लेसिया. ओके, नाउ रेडिकुलर इज योर रूट पोर्शन. ओके, तो सबसे पहले बात करते हैं कौन सा डेंटिशन अफेक्टेड है. तो रेडिकुलर डेंटिन डिस्प्लेसिया से बोथ डेंटिशन कैन बी अफेक्टेड. योर रेडिकुलर डेंटिन डिस्प्लेसिया इज मोर कॉमन इन नेचर. ओके, now coming to the next part, that is the morphology of the tooth will be almost like normal, okay, but sometime what happens is it looks amber in color and translucent in nature. Okay, तो जो radicular dentine dysplasia होगा उसमें जो appearance होगा that will be mostly normal, but then sometimes it can be amber translucent in nature. Okay, now the next point is in this case delayed eruption is reported. Since root में problem है तो we will be like observing extreme mobility of the tooth. Okay, see what happens is in dentine dysplasia type 1 or radicular dentine dysplasia, the affected portion will be your root of the tooth. Now since root of the tooth is weak, root of the tooth is short, तो इसके वजह से if you will give slight pressure to the tooth, the root is gonna break, and also since there is mobility, so this results in premature exfoliation of the tooth. Right. तो what I mean to say is since dentine dysplasia type 1 या फिर radicular dentine dysplasia में जो affected portion है वो root of the tooth है एंड सिंस आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू दैट इस कंडीशन में आप सबसे पहले तो वीक रूट्स होंगे, देन द रूट्स आर गोइंग टू बी शॉर्ट इन साइज, एंड ऑल्सो मैंने ये भी बताया कि इस कंडीशन में मोबिलिटी ऑफ द टूथ इज वेरी प्रोमिनेंट. तो डेफिनेटली अगर आप कोई स्लाइट प्रेशर देंगे या स्लाइट ट्रॉमा होगा टूथ पे, तो देयर विल बी प्रीमैच्योर एक्सफोलिएशन ऑफ द tooth. Now this was the clinical feature of radicular dentine dysplasia. I shall be dealing the clinical feature for coronal dentine dysplasia now. So we are talking about type 2 dentine dysplasia or coronal dentine dysplasia. Now नाम से समझ में आ रहा है, this kind of dentine dysplasia is gonna affect your crown portion, right? तो अगेन बोथ द डेंटिशन आर अफेक्टेड. ओके, नाउ अगर मैं अपीयरेंस की बात करूं तो इसमें जो डेसिडियस डेंटिशन होगा, ओके, उसका अपीयरेंस एग्जैक्टली डेंटिनोजेनेसिस इम्परफेक्टा का जो अपीयरेंस था, दैट इज ओपालेसेंट येलोइश ब्राउन और ग्रेइश ब्राउन इन कलर, तो एग्जैक्टली डेंटिनोजेनेसिस इम्परफेक्टा के अपीयरेंस के जैसा होगा. ऑलराइट, तो फर्स्टली वी आर गोना डिस्कस टाइप 1. So roots are going to be short, conical or malformed. All right. Now when I talk about deciduous teeth, तो उसमें जो आपके pulp chambers और canals होंगे वो obliterated होंगे. Now अगर मैं permanent teeth की बात करूं तो crescent shaped pulpal remnant will be seen. All right. तो permanent dentition में there will be crescent shaped pulpal remnant which will be seen. Now coming to the next point, now we are going to talk about the type 2 of dentine dysplasia, that is coronal type. Now अगर मैं फिर से deciduous teeth की बात करूं in type 2 और coronal type, तो इसमें हमको obliterated पल्प नजर आएगा. द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट विच आई एम गोना टेल यू नाउ इज, जो आपका परमानेंट डेंटिशन होगा, ओके, इसमें यू विल हैव अ वेरी लार्ज पल्प चेम्बर. तो इसीलिए दिस इज नोन एज थिसल ट्यूब अपीयरेंस. दिस इज समथिंग टू बी नोटेड and this can be your viva question. So thistle tube appearance is basically seen in dentine dysplasia type 2 or coronal dysplasia, in which the permanent dentition have a very large pulp chamber in the coronal portion which are abnormally large, and so the appearance is your thistle tube appearance. Now in this case you can definitely find radio-opaque foci like your pulp stones. Alright, so this was about the coronal dentine dysplasia and we have discussed the radiological features for the same. Now coming to the histo part, now this is very important. Histological feature में let us talk firstly about type 1 or radicular dentine dysplasia. Now when I talk about radicular dentine dysplasia, तो what am I gonna see is, जो आपका coronal part होगा that will be normal, right? जो dentine जो coronal part में जो dentine present होगा that is going to be normal. Now अगर मैं apically बात करूं, क्योंकि since ये radicular dentine dysplasia है, तो अगर मैं apical यानी root portion के dentine की बात करूं, तो in this I can see calcified tubules. Now osteodentine can be found, okay, and fused denticles are present. Now since root portion के dentine में problem है, तो apically I shall be finding osteodentine, calcified dentinal tubules and also fused denticles, okay. The third point is very much important. Now when I told you कि जो आपका radicular dentine dysplasia है, उसमें apical portion पे we have different kinds of abnormal dentine, that is calcified dentinal tubules, okay, fused dentinal tubules and also osteodentine. Now so as to stop this irregular dentine formation, new dentine formation takes place. For example, this is your calcified dentinal tubules. Now इसके formation को stop करने के लिए some new dentine will form, okay, some new dentine will form. Now this appearance is known as lava flowing around boulders. Alright, so this is also a viva question. Now with this I have completed the histological features of your radicular dentine dysplasia. Moving on to our coronal portion. अगर मैं टाइप 2 डेंटिन डिस्प्लेजिया या फिर कोरोनल डेंटिन डिस्प्लेजिया की बात करूं तो इन परमानेंट डेंटिशन व्हाट हैपेंस इज द डेंटिन इज रिलेटिवली नॉर्मल, ओके, जो आपका डेंटिन होगा वो रिलेटिवली नॉर्मल होगा, बट देन द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट टू बी केप्ट इन माइंड इज यहाँ पे यू विल फाइंड लाइक मल्टीपल पल्प स्टोन्स, ओके. This was all about type 2 or coronal dentine dysplasia का histo feature. Okay. Lastly, I am going to talk about the treatment of this condition. No specific treatment for this condition since it is a genetic abnormality. So this was all about the anomaly known as dentine dysplasia. Now moving on to our last anomaly, that is regional odontodysplasia. Okay. Now अगर मैं इसके synonyms की बात करूं या some other term which has been given to this anomaly is odontodysplasia, odontogenic dysplasia, and the most important term is your ghost teeth. Now I shall be explaining why it has been named as ghost teeth. When I talk about the introduction of regional odontodysplasia, this is an abnormal condition in which one or several teeth in a localized area are affected in an unusual manner. अब कैसे affect होता है I shall be telling you right now. Now when I talk about the etiology part, firstly इस condition को एक somatic mutation का cause दिया गया है, right? Now the second like cause which has been mentioned is it can be due to a latent virus residing in odontogenic epithelium and it comes out during the development of tooth, and इस वजह से it has been said that regional odontodysplasia takes place. All right, so this was the etiology of this anomaly, that is ghost teeth. Now when I talk about the clinical features, let us see clinical features में आपको क्या क्या नजर आएगा इस anomaly में. तो firstly what we are gonna see is जो eruption होगा इस condition में that will be delayed. All right. Now the shape of the tooth will be altered. Okay. Thirdly, the appearance will be very irregular. All right. Now the next point is the tooth in regional odontodysplasia has defective mineralization. Okay. So ultimately in regional odontodysplasia there is completely abnormal tooth, and finally your maxillary tooth will be more affected than the mandibular tooth. Okay, now when I talk about the radiological features of ghost teeth or regional odontodysplasia, now this portion is very important because we will be finding the reason for the term ghost teeth. The most important point which is to be kept in mind is the radio density. We will be talking about radio density in this portion. जो regional odontodysplasia में tooth की radio density होती है, that is severely reduced, and due to this the teeth appears as ghost. Now I'll repeat it. इस कंडीशन में जो रेडियो डेंसिटी होगी टूथ की वो बहुत ज़्यादा सिवियरली रिड्यूस हो जाती है, एंड जिसके वजह से जो दांत हैं वो गोस्ट जैसे अपीयरेंस उनका आता है. सो दैट इज वाई द टर्म हैज बीन यूज्ड एज गोस्ट टीथ और गोस्ट अपीयरेंस. ओके, नाउ द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट in regional odontodysplasia is जो enamel and dentine की thickness है, okay, that is very thin in nature, and due to this your pulp chamber are very much large in size. All right. Third point says कि regional odontodysplasia में the enamel layer is not much evident. Now you imagine a tooth in which the enamel layer is like almost negligible, okay, your dentine is irregular and your pulp is very large, and इन सब के ऊपर radiographically जो radio density है that is very much reduced. Now don't you think ये सचमुच एक ghost teeth, ghost जैसा नजर आएगा? So that is why the term has been given as ghost teeth. Now coming to the histo feature, when I talk about the histological feature of regional odontodysplasia, the first point says there will be marked reduction in thickness of dentine, okay. Now your predentine layer will be thick, okay. Now since the formation of dentine is very much irregular, so there will be presence of interglobular dentine. The tubular pattern of dentinal tubules will be irregular. So the last point says the reduced enamel epithelium of the teeth shows calcified bodies. So this was the histological features of regional odontodysplasia. Now when I talk about the treatment portion of this condition, the patient has got a poor or a very bad cosmetic appearance, and so as to overcome that we do extractions of such teeth and also a prosthesis is to be given. So this was all about the anomaly called ghost teeth or regional odontodysplasia. With this we have covered all the important anomalies from the chapter developmental disturbances of oral and paraoral structures, and from the next discussion we shall be starting with cysts of the oral cavity. So this was all for now. If you liked the discussion, do like and share, and also if you have any doubt, do let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much.